A shocking 35% of student athletes experience a mental health crisis. The negative stigma surrounding mental health is what has made it so hard for athletes to get help. Depression, anxiety, eating disorders, and burnout have become extremely prominent in today's culture, starting as early as middle and high school.
I've kind of left. My passion for everything left. I didn't want to be there. And still that watching my peers aspect came is like they're able to actually throw the ball and, you know, do everything that you're supposed to be doing in the sport, and I couldn't.
Braden Bean is a junior pitcher for the Whitehouse baseball team. And in the previous year, he suffered a season-ending injury called Tommy John's. This surgery takes around 9 months before you can finally return to a sport, leaving Bean heartbroken.
My surgery, I was bedridden for probably a month and a half, and I had to stay in the same position, you know, all day, every day for the first few weeks, and then I'd have multiple doctor visits, and then I got my my sling and brace, and after I was away from bed, I finally started going to practice, and probably about that third week of practice, I was like, okay, I'm not really doing anything anymore.
His depression after the surgery became noticeable to those around him, especially his coach, Greg Branch.
Half the time he would mope around the house. He would walk around and we wouldn't know what was wrong, and we'd ask, you know, what's going on, and he would say, you know, nothing, when deep down inside we knew it was the fact that he wasn't getting to participate anymore.
Branch says he acknowledges the impact injuries has on mental health and has made his coaching style an open door policy.
For one, teenagers in general, especially boys, they're hard to get anything out of anyways. And so when you start talking about the issues of mental health and stuff like that, it's really tough to get things out of them. But that's part of the relationship business that we're in. If you'll form a great relationship with a player, they'll run through the wall for you, but they'll also open up to you as well.
Mental health in males and females in the millennial generation tends to stem from what society tells these young adults what they need to be and look like. Softball head coach Kagan Jimenez says social media is the demise of this generation.
They're just always like in a sense of comparison, and so like for that mental health aspect, like we're really working like with our softball team right now, just like their identity and who they are, and like who they are created to be in the sense, and just like more along the lines of like what their sport says and like what the media says isn't like necessarily what defines them.
The stigma surrounding mental health has changed over the years, but there definitely is still a lot of room to grow.
We're raising more awareness in it, I would say, but it's still like we're not at the breakthrough of just like really respecting what it is.
Female athletes often struggle with image-related issues when it comes to sports. Junior powerlifter Braylee Glassclock says comparison to others is what drives negative mental health.
Like when it comes to the meets, I'm having to carb load, and then, you know, I hate how I look when I'm carb loading, but then I have to diet, and then when you're dieting, you like compare yourself to this person that is doing the exact same diet that you're doing, and you don't look the same.
The biggest lesson she has learned over the past couple years is to stop trying to fill a hole that is never ending.
I just think you have to surround yourself with certain people. Like I surround myself with Kagan and one of my Coach Beaton. They've always been really good to me and like helped me through different things that I've struggled with, like weight and then like my personal image of myself. But they always bring it right back to the center of everything, and it's Christ. It's like you have to center everything around that, or you're not going to get anywhere. You're just going to keep falling in a hole.
Injuries, eating disorders, depression, and anxiety all have big impacts on anyone who unfortunately has experienced this. But the biggest way to get people to open up and tackle this issue is to realize
You
are
not
alone. Reporting for CBS 19, I'm Morgan Alexander. If you are looking for a mental health awareness foundation to donate to, check out Morgan's Message at morgansmessage.com. This is a nonprofit that was started after a Duke women's lacrosse player took her own life after struggling with mental health issues.